episode of the Manitowoc Garage. Today, we will be discussing the daily inspection procedure on the MLC100-1. To begin the inspection process of our MLC100-1, we must first reference the MLC100-1 Inspection and Maintenance Checklist, or Folio 2317. In fact, let's bring that up now. This document outlines all of the expected maintenance procedures that must be completed every 8 hours or daily, 40 hours or weekly, after the initial 50 hours, 200 hours or monthly, 500 hours or quarterly, 1,000 hours or semi-annually, 2,000 hours or annually, and finally 4,000 hours or every 2 years. This checklist is designed to be filled out by job site personnel working with the MLC100-1 so proper maintenance schedules can be tracked. But to begin the maintenance process, let us look further in the document to the sections detailing the 8 hours or daily maintenance steps for this example. We will assume we are doing a daily inspection on the MLC100-1 in May. Therefore, we must find the 8 hours inspection checklist for the month of May. While looking at the section detailing maintenance requirements, we find two tables. One of maintenance codes and the other for monthly tracking or scheduling. Each maintenance item is numbered in the leftmost column with a description of the item to be maintained or inspected. And maintenance-specific notes or codes are shown in the following columns. The remainder of the table is used to check off completion of the inspection every day for that specified month. To go through a few examples of using the inspection guide, we will look to the first item. It states that the entire crane must be inspected, and looking at the table above, it notes that items 1, 2, 26, 32, and 33 must be checked. That means we must check for oil, hydraulic fluid, fuel, coolant, or air leaks, remove all dirt, grease, and debris, check for corrosion, rust, or poor paint conditions, inspect for obvious signs of damage to all items, including but not limited to structural components, hoses, tubes, cables, or electrical harnesses. Verify correct crane position, level, and supporting surfaces. Make sure to pay careful attention to any rust, corrosion, or damage on any wire or rope equipped on the machine. As shown under item 50, codes 3, 11, and 20 are present for inspection of the machine's wire rope. Therefore, cable must be checked for proper lubrication, proper spooling and reeving through sheaves, and damaged frays or broken strands should be addressed. Also pay attention to exposed hydraulic hoses, tubes, cables, electrical harnesses, or other structural components on the lower works, such as those used for the travel system. With these being exposed to the elements and or near to the ground, they must be checked daily for any signs of wear or unintended damage, as listed under item 4, code 32. Let us now look at a few additional inspection points. Looking lower on our checklist, we can see several items on our upper works must be inspected with the engine off. Firstly, item 10 notes that platforms, steps, and ladders must be checked for damage and ensure they are secure. This includes verifying all retaining pins are properly installed and all catwalks, railings, and ladders are not structurally damaged and have been fully deployed prior to operation of the MLC 100-1. Note: during crane assembly, deploy and secure rotating bed catwalks as needed to allow for safe ascending and descending of the machine. It will be easier to access the operator's cab if you leave the sliding platform stored under the front of the cab until after the crane is traveled off the trailer. Item 15 notes that the hydraulic sight gauge must be checked to ensure hydraulic oil is at an adequate level. Note: for more in-depth maintenance procedures and locations of all items referenced, the lubrication guide for the MLC100-1 or Folio 2314 is a great tool. If we look to the daily or every 8 hours of engine operation inspection points, we once again can find the points to check hydraulic oil level. This point is labeled as D4. If we look at the supporting diagram, it shows that D4, or the hydraulic tank sight gauge, is located within the right side enclosure on the MLC100-1. The gauge is clearly visible on the tank after opening the side enclosure doors. With the hydraulic tank maintenance requirements found, it is also good to note that the engine must be properly maintained as well. If we look on our checklist, it lists that the engine must be serviced per the manufacturer's requirements. With the Cummins QSB 6.7 package, the lubrication guide for the MLC100-1 does denote the locations of all major maintenance points within the engine bay. As we can see, lubrication point D9 designates the engine, and D9 is located at the right rear side of the rotating bed within the side enclosures. Within this section, we will find many major engine components, such as the fuel filter, fuel pre-filter, engine oil filter, and the engine oil dipstick, among many more items. The combination of both the maintenance checklist and the lubrication guide should be used to complete all remaining maintenance points for both the cab with the engine off, as well as the cab with the engine running. All points skipped in this demonstration should also be completed as shown in either of the two manuals. Ensure that proper maintenance and lubrication procedures are completed fully at the predetermined intervals listed in both documents. This will allow for more efficient and reliable operation of your MLC 100-1 in the future. Please subscribe to Manitowoc Cranes on YouTube to stay up to date with all our latest releases and training content.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Manitowoc Garage.